welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by David Crane, who is the owner of Crane's Country Store. How are you, David?
Great. I was glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. All right, David. So tell us what's happening out at Crane's Country Store.
Well, you know, spring is springing or sprunging or something like that.
Something like that.
And we try to do before Mother's Day every year an annual Boots and Britches Bash for the ladies.
For the ladies.
Yes, because, you know, a lot of people think of Crane Store as like a guy's place. But we have really expanded, and we try to always have great clothes, work clothes, you know, kind of semi-fashionable. I mean, we're Williamsburg and it's Crane Store.
Yes.
But we try to have good stuff for ladies to come in to be work or casual as they go around.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. When we came out, I would say you had a good selection of things for ladies as well.
Yeah, we go from Carhartt and the nicer Pendleton sweaters and stuff like that. The normal brand, you have a nice casual look with some dresses and blouses and things. And then we carry like Dan Post boots and Durango boots, you know, for the cowboy boots. And then, of course, lacrosse and Danner for, you know, working outside in the yard.
Yeah, and so tell me a little bit more about this event. Is there some sipping and shopping I hear?
Well, there is sipping and shopping. We like to sip and shop, so we're going to have mimosas for people to grab, and we'll even do just a juice mimosa for those that don't, and for kids. We went through a lot of orange juice last time for the kids, but it's always a good time. We try to get some food trucks out there and all that kind of good stuff, and we'll have some deals and some giveaways and, you know, surprises like that.
Okay, and this is on April 18th.
April 18th in Williamsburg. It's a Saturday.
Okay, and it's all day?
All day, yes.
Okay, so you can come out, and you open at what time?
We're 8 to 6, Monday through Saturday. So, yes, come in all day. The food vendors will probably be in and out. Sip and shop is until we run out of the sipping. But, you know, we'll try to have stuff to, you know, hand out to people as they come in.
Okay, that's perfect. And so just in case, for anybody who doesn't know, tell people where off the highway, off 70, they can find you.
Well, so if you just go east, like you're going to St. Louis, we're about 40 miles away from Columbia. Williamsburg exit, like Williamsburg, Virginia, but it's Williamsburg, Missouri. And you just get off and go north, which is left if you're coming from Columbia, half a mile. We're right there.
Yeah, you really can't miss it. You really can't miss it.
No.
Okay, so last time we came out to visit you, there's a little building right next door to you. That was a museum. Now, it was not open when we were there.
Right. So after COVID, we had a restaurant in there, and it closed down. And we had a lady that kind of kept it open a little bit on Fridays and Saturdays, just some ice cream and coffee and a walk around. Now we have a new person that's come in, Eliza Costa, and she is taken over and open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 to 4. She's doing waffles, coffee, and ice cream at the moment, and waiting on the paperwork for her beer and wine license. So she'll have sipping down there. I've done some things at the museum where I've had some auctions to kind of clean it up a little bit to make it more manageable. And so the museum is open also, and it's available for, you know, rent for parties or rent for events. We had a baby shower in there just a little while ago, and Eliza would love to be able to work with people like that.
Okay, so that gives people more options out there in Williamsburg.
Yes, so you can come get your sandwich over at the store, go over and have a dessert waffle with Eliza, and wander through the museum.
Yes, I love that because we didn't get a chance to go in, but now that's open.
Yes,
Tuesday through Saturday.
That's correct. So when you come back out, we'll take you around. We'll do a grand tour.
Okay, and her hours pretty much the same as yours?
Hers are 8 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay, perfect. So now that's another place that people can pop in.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's pop back over on your side. Because we didn't talk about the fact that for people who don't know, there's a little sandwich making that goes on behind your counter.
There is. We do one meat, one cheese for $2 on white bread. Bologna, that's on the Boots, Bullets, Britches bologna part. It's $1. It's kind of a hook to try to get people in. We get a pretty good crowd at lunchtime of all the farmers and construction workers around. The weekends we get all the travelers coming through. It's kind of that thing that we really hope that you buy a coat or a pair of boots while you're there. But yeah, the sandwiches are a hook. We got glass bottle sodas still on the Coke machine from the 50s. We got Backers chips made locally in Fulton. So we kind of got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it definitely has that old general store kind of feel when you walk in.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's what you're going for.
Well, since we are
Yes.
a general store.
Yes.
And we've been there. Actually, this year will be our 100th anniversary in that building. So that building my grandfather had built in 1926. And we were a general store back then with hardware, groceries, the like, and then we've just kind of expanded the soft goods of that side of it.
Yeah, and when you think about it, in your area, in your community, that's where everybody shops.
Oh, yeah. And, back in the day when the town was bigger and stuff like that, we were like the grocery place to go. Now it's more for convenience items of people when they come out for a weekend or something like that. But we really lean more on the work clothing, the work boots and things that nature. And we got a little bit of hardware still.
Yeah, I would imagine, though, game season.
Oh, yes.
When it's game season around here, I would imagine
we get
right
a lot
off
of
the
people,
highway.
from St. Louis coming through, going to the Mizzou games. We get, little buses and stuff of people that stop in. And, it's become like a habit. We try to get the parents when they're coming through to bring their students in to find us. And then for 4 years, as they pick their kid up and they take them back and forth, that we become their stop. That goal is then that student will find us as a great place to keep coming back to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd like to mention you brought in some really great samples of some of the items that you guys carry. And you do carry really great lines and really quality products. And people can stop in and shop. You have a really great selection, or they can shop online.
They can. We do have a website at cranes-country-store.com. You can just Google Crane Store. We've been around online enough that you can just find us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I thank you for coming in and for bringing all this gear. And I'll just pick out what I want. Like before you leave, I'll just do my shopping right here on set. You always have really great fun. I love the T-shirts.
Oh, yeah. So, Carhartt's doing a lot of stuff for the women's line this year and being strong and stuff.
Yes, I love it. Well, David, thank you for joining us. Next time, bring me a bologna sandwich.
Okay.
That's my favorite, the bologna and cheese, 1 meat, 1 cheese on white bread.
Exactly.
With a little mayo. That's all I need.
All right.
That's all I need. Keep it simple. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We'll see you next time.